Sometimes you like what I say, sometimes you don't like what I say, but I'm always going to tell you the truth. This man yesterday, Josh Jacobs, he was on a rampage. He was walking around Radio Row down at the Super Bowl, and he had a lot to say. Obviously, the main takeaway, by the way, nothing that he said was incorrect. The main takeaway was his thoughts on the wide receiver group and how the Packers need a legitimate wide receiver one, which is the absolute truth. Now, we went into last season thinking, well, maybe they have 4 number ones, 3 number ones, 2 number ones. Turns out they really don't have any number ones, and the guy who's probably closest to that and impacts the game more than anyone else is Christian Watson, and he's unavailable most of the time and not going to be available next year. So the Packers need a wide receiver one, and everything that Jacob said yesterday was absolute truth. I have no issue with any of it. It's funny. I guess Jaden Reed and Dontavian Wicks didn't like what he said. Maybe that's why the Packers wide receiver room didn't show any improvement, because evidently some of them think that they have arrived. But you haven't. You haven't. I will admit, it's impressive. I think Dontavian Wicks led the NFL in drops. So that's great. That's great. So I don't know what he's talking about. Josh Jacobs is arguably the best player on the Green Bay Packers roster. Either him or McKinney. I would listen to what he says. I would back what he says. And here's the deal. If you take this man off of the Packers roster, the offense is a complete dumpster fire because, to be frank with you, the wide receiver group sucked. Okay? You could remove any of the wide receivers that the Packers currently have, except for maybe Watson, and like I said, he's unavailable anyway, but you could remove any one of the other receivers that is on the Packer roster. Nobody would notice. It wouldn't matter because every single one of you, the way you played this year, is 100% replaceable. This guy's not. I back him.